So in this series that we are in, that we'll probably be in for 2 or 3, 4 more weeks or less, somewhere in that time frame, God willing. But we're dealing with wealth through worship. And we're into part 2 of this, which we titled, the first part was titled The Connection. And the second part of this is titled The Love Connection. And so we're dealing now with your love for God, your love towards God. And in our last setting, we dealt with 3 distinct areas that we talked about concerning this particular thing, that your relationship with God, your love for God, and what it would produce in your life. We talked about that your joy would be filled. We talked about that your spiritual strength will remain. And we talked about that your natural man is refreshed. How many remember that? That your natural man is what? Refreshed. And all this takes place through what we classified as divine worship. Amen? Did we not? Divine what? Worship. So divine worship is just that. It's intimacy in the throne room with the Father. And as you get into intimacy with the Father, then there are some things that, now watch this here. You can't have a developed mind to extract the wealth that God has already established in the earth for you if you don't have the attributes functioning or flourishing in your life so that you can be poised or positioned to extract those riches. Okay, let me put it this way. When you bog down with worry, it's down in the country they call it worration. Okay, a few of us heard of that terminology. Filled with worration. Okay, when you bog down with worry, there's no peace, right? And in the absence of peace, there's going to be fear. And in the presence of fear, there's going to be doubt and unbelief. And where there's doubt and unbelief, the things pertaining to the supernatural divine realm of truth is absent. So you don't seek after, or you don't extract what is present for you. That's good stuff right there, right? Why? Because of the distorted images that you're operating in through worrying. Worrying produces distorted images in life. Worrying have you in a confused state of existence. Lord, I don't know whether I'm going or coming. Okay, nobody's ever said that in this house. If you ever said it, you heard Mom say it, or Grandma say it, Aunt them said, or somebody on the job said, you heard that phrase, you heard that expression, haven't you? Don't know where I'm going or coming. One of my Twitter pastors posted last week, and I hit him back up and said, now that's funny. He had posted a post from another man that says, I had this rope in my hand. How he had that thing now? He says, I don't know whether he says, I had this rope in my hand. I don't know whether I lost my horse or found a rope. Somebody get that after a while. He's holding this rope in his hand. He said, I don't know whether I found a rope or whether I lost my horse. In other words, his life is so confused right now, so mixed up. He's got so much stuff on his mind. He don't know whether he just picked up a rope somewhere or whether there was a horse that used to be on the end of it. Some of y'all may have been living in that same state of mind, where you don't know what's going on right now. I got so many things going on in my life. And watch this now. You can be extremely busy with a lot of stuff going on and no fruit. Why are you going to have a lot of stuff going on in your life if ain't nothing being produced from it? It's called busyness without productivity. I used to work around guys in the shipyard that did that. They call themselves faking out the man. They pretend that they're working, but they won't producing nothing. The job that they were supposed to be working on was not advancing. Come back in tomorrow, and it's in the same condition that it was today. But when the man come around, they got an air hose in the hand, or they got a grinder trying to grind stuff. They acting like they busy, or they productive rather. So they get busy, but they ain't doing nothing. I'm teaching good now, man. I don't want you busy and ain't nothing happening. So when you're worrying, you are automatically dismissing what could be from your life. And so I gave you that your joy is filled. I gave you that your spiritual strength remains. I gave you that your natural man or your natural body becomes refreshed. When your body is tired and worn out, you don't want to go after nothing. Because some of the most familiar words that you hear is, I don't feel like it. Huh? You ever been tired and couldn't quite trace back what made you tired? You know, you run down, but you can't. If I say I give you $100 to trace back and give me the steps that cause you to be like this, oh, you do that exhale thing. Well, I went to the grocery store, and that should have made you tired. Because you only bought $25 for food, so how many hours did you go down to get that? I mean, am I making sense to you? See, this is how we normally live day after day after day, and we void ourselves or we deny ourselves of kingdom riches and wealth that we could be extracting out of the earth. Because we're so focused on how the world does things. We're so focused on how the world has dictated to us how we should live. That's what the world is doing right now concerning the church, Christians accepting the immorality of homosexuality. And you better believe this when I tell you. They are working hard at putting you in jail if you say you don't accept that.